Entering the Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by DraftKings. We've done the NFC, we've done the AFC, we've done the best bets for the future of the NFL season, but it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty right now. The NFL win total draft. Here are the rules of the win total draft. Each of us go in snake fashion. I have hit a randomizer to get the order for the 5 of us. We will each draft 6 teams. The total wins of those teams at the end of the season, not including the playoffs, just the regular season, is going to be the winner of this draft. Now, if someone wants to keep track of this, that's not any of us, me especially, feel free to reach out and you can keep track of it. And don't be like the one and done guy who just stopped keeping track of it. Then we had no idea who won, although we know who won. We don't mention his name, at least at this early in the show. So this is going to be a fun one. So smash the like. We have way more serious content coming later in the week, like spread picks with me, Cust, and Geoff, and best bets with me, Rob, and Cam. Fortunately, all of those people are in one place at one time right now. The fellas are up on the board, and with the first pick in the draft on the line right now is Tim Undergust.
Tim Undergust.
That is not my name, but it is nice to see all the Infinity Stones put together at once. That doesn't happen very often. So I had no preparation to know I had the first pick. Oh, goodness me. This is not an easy one. I think the strategy's got to be to take an NFC team. And the NFC team I think that will win the most games is the Cowboys, so I will take the Cowboys.
Oh,
Wow.
Rob.
That is a great. Well, look at this guy out of the gate, Rob, right in the nuts. Good for you. Good for you, Tim.
I laid minus 230 on the Cowboys to make the playoffs approximately 12 hours ago. And it's already gone to shit.
Yep. Good for Tim. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, the guy who 4 years ago talked about how Victor Hovland was the best young golfer in golf and was just proven correct yesterday when he won the FedEx Cup. My picks are always wrong, though, right?
I think a lot of us had that take, though, did we not?
I said he was the golfer. I said he's the golfer that people would like to believe that Fleetwood and Fowler, inferior talents, might be one day.
When he won the low amateur, we all gave that. We all said that was him. Just take your Wyndham Clark credit. Like, that's where you should go with this. When you make an insane first overall pick, just give yourself credit for, hey, at the U.S. Open, my gold pick was Wyndham Clark. You don't need to go 4 years ago to say pizza was good.
Oh,
wow.
Well, we're going to pick it up, or?
Oh, yeah, we'll pick it up.
Okay.
Are we recording again, Paul?
I enjoyed that. I like the anger right off the top, Geoff. That's my blood pressure.
Yeah, just come back to me.
That was a great pick by Tim, though. Just what he did to Rob.
Great pick. The first overall. That was a great pick.
It's either Dallas, Philly, or San Francisco. You have 3 choices. I think they're the only choices on the board.
And you probably picked I agree, but you probably picked my third.
Well,
pick.
but on our show, I picked Dallas to win the division. I picked Dallas to go to the NFC Championship game. So, I've got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Do you have to be consistent? Because back to that Hovland take for a second. I'm glad someone pointed that out. Because when Liv happened, you said that it's very clear now that Matthew Wolff is the superior player to Morikawa and Hovland because he went to Liv, and he's the one that Liv wanted. So which one is it?
No memory of that. I actually no receipts for that.
I'm sure Scrimshaw can find it on one of the shows. No, it was that day that you were like big upping Liv to us on the golf course. I will get Tim Butts to confirm this with us. But if you have every opinion and every conflicting opinion, how can you ever be wrong?
Yeah, thank you. That's very gracious of you.
How do you take credit for saying pizza's good?
I just did. And most pizza is good.
Even bad pizza's good.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. Anyway, the Dr. Utkers is not going to do it for me,
I'm with you, Pizzola. Actually, I don't do deep dish either because when you have diabetes, like I need a good thin crust. Like, you know what I mean? Like
deep dish is trash pizza.
Deep dish sucks. It's not even real pizza. It's like
we
a
all
soup.
agree then. Yeah, no, I can't have grease.
It's a casserole.
Yeah, it kind of is a casserole.
Yes,
of Crisco. Agreed. Yeah, I'm with you. I just bought a cardio mobile thing today too. For your heart. I don't even know how to work the thing. Does it work on an Android? I was worried about my blood pressure. It was $88 on Amazon. Seemed like a good deal, but I don't know how to get it working. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Well, if we were to do prices right on it, and you thought that $88 was a good deal, what do you think that they normally cost?
I think Amazon's, I think 109.98 was the regular price, but they had some kind of deal on it. I guess people, it's before football season. I don't know. They're knocking prices down. People get stressed out. I got no idea. I got to believe, I didn't want to buy one of those things with the, you wrap around your arm and pump. Seriously, Rob, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not a fucking
I
doctor,
get more anxiety from that. Like it raises my blood pressure.
Oh,
just
that's what
feeling
she said
it pump.
to me. She goes, "Oh, Cam, the last time you were in here, it's 148 over whatever." I go, "Yeah, because I can't like feel my arm anymore. Like it's gonna burst." Like anyway, whatever. Good pick, Tim. I really like the Dallas selection.
Thank you,
Pizzola. Your Dallas Cowboys are off the board, but it is your pick, number 2 overall.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the team that should have been drafted number 1 overall, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yikes!
I mean, yikes for you, Rob.
Yikes! I can't imagine taking any AFC team in the top 5 or 6. Jeez.
Why?
Okay.
I think
because it's stacked, and the Chiefs are like maybe the best team in their division. Maybe.
Okay, I don't think it's a question that they're the best team in the division going into the season, but like, why not use the efficient market? I mean, we have NFL win totals to pick from here, people. The Kansas City Chiefs, highest implied win total. This ain't rocket science, boys. It's not rocket science. Tim, I don't know what you're doing at Dallas. I thought they were going to be like a 15-win team today. I'm really upset that you picked them. But KC is just like, it's a play. They should have just been number 1. It's the play.
Well, they weren't number 1. They were number 2. But who is going to be number 3? Cam Stewart.
Geoff, I actually want to take your Chargers to win that division. I do, but no, not that early.
To win the division.
No, to win the division. But
yeah, me too.
Everyone wants to take the Chargers to win the division every year. Every year, everyone wants to take the Chargers to win the division. And what inevitably happens, the Chiefs win the division every year because they have the best quarterback in history.
Chargers are the more talented team, though.
So shut up.
And their quarterback is what, 85% of what Mahomes is? 90% of what Mahomes is? Like,
stop talking.
What's the gap? It's not big.
What's the second choice? What was number 2?
The Chiefs.
KC.
Oh, the Chiefs. Okay, I'll go. No, I'm not taking them. It's personal. Give me the Eagles at 3. I don't want to do it, but I just did.
You don't want to do it?
No, I don't. I think Dallas might win that division, but I'm taking Philly.
I mean, there's a chance that there are multiple teams in the same division who are quite good.
Oh, I understand. There's just something. I know, Tim, you guys are all railing on him and stuff. There's just something about Dallas this year. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's their year. Maybe I got a weird feeling Hurts might get hurt too.
It's in his last name. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, but think about then Mariota can come in and play for the Eagles, Cam.
Oh,
redemption story.
Yeah, redemption story. Like Drew Lock in Seattle, potentially.
Oh,
anyway, let's move on.
Well, the Geoff and Tim haven't had a chance to see that show yet.
Rob, they will.
Rob's friend Cust is the rookie card whisperer, apparently. And last year he said for everyone to buy Geno Smith rookie cards. This year he's telling everyone to buy Drew Lock rookie cards. And Cam was already all in on Drew Lock.
Big time. I think Drew Lock's going to be fine.
Yeah,
if I'm telling you, if Geno Smith goes down, anything happens, Drew Lock will step in and he will be amazing.
Well, he is a backup quarterback. Therefore, you think he's going to be amazing by definition.
Here we fucking go, Rob. Like every single time.
It doesn't matter who steps in for Geno. It could be anyone. You'd think they're going to be amazing.
I don't think every
you probably argue
amazing.
In the next week that it's going to be an upgrade.
I don't think every backup quarterback's amazing. I don't think that at all. I think a lot of them suck.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the first. I hope no one gets injured. Obviously, I'm not rooting for injuries, but I can't wait for that
it's going
first
to be nice
week
with Dallas. Maybe Dak Prescott will break his leg, and we'll see how Dallas's backup does.
It's Trey Lance now.
Yeah,
it's probably amazing too, right?
No,
Rush
not
5-1
last
last year.
Slight downgrade.
You made a lot of money
upgrade
on Cooper Rush last year. Went 5-1.
Yeah, I like Cooper Rush. He covers spreads. That's what he does.
All right, it's my pick at number 4. I will take the last of the 3 big NFC teams. I'll take the Niners at number 4 overall. So, Geoff, you have back-to-back picks.
Really kind of caught off guard here.
Me too, Geoff.
It's the best spot to be in. The best spot.
Yeah, actually, you want to be in the snake. You want
back-to-back powerhouses, man.
I agree.
Yeah, it probably is a good spot, but I'm not really sure who I'm supposed to take because the 4 teams I would have taken are gone. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
Bingo.
All right, I impressed Rob. See, Rob is the easiest to predict. Rob is like a guy using as long as you have a current market up, Rob's just going to go in order. Rob's pick is easy.
Rob does what the computer tells him to do. He's basically the computer runs the show in Rob's world.
I play the probabilities, boys. I play the probabilities.
Yeah. Your fucking computer says do this, you go, yes, computer, my overlord. I will
Bingo.
do exactly as I say.
Bingo.
Yeah. I don't care if it's a Commodore 64 or fucking Apple, whatever the hell it is. That's what you do. You listen to the computer.
Not sure if this is the pick to make, but I'm gonna make it anyways. And I believe they're gonna be freaking amazing. Give me Baltimore.
Yeah.
Good pick, Geoff. Okay. Good pick.
Baltimore.
Excellent pick.
If I were Geoff, I would have taken the Chargers just so they can't get back to Cust and get mushed at 10 overall. I don't know that they will get there, but that would have been the real fan move right there, Geoff.
Maybe that's probably fair. Sure.
Geoff, I believe in your team this year, and I'm not going to jinx it. I really think they're going to be
no one believed in the Chargers all offseason. No one said a nice word. And then 10 days before the season, people are picking the Chargers again.
Not me, Geoff. I never talked to you in a long time. We didn't meet
you're right.
or nothing. I'm a different guy.
I'm just saying, compared to previous off seasons, it feels like last year there was so much hype. This year, there's sort of just a forgotten team involved in that deep AFC.
That's true.
I think that the Chargers, everyone kind of has liked them for the last 3 or 4 years and got burned by them. And when that consistently happens, you want to get off the train, but you just convince yourself that when I get off, this is finally going to be the year. So no one can ever get off the Chargers train.
There's so many golfers that I just want to get off.
Yes.
And then they do something on Sunday, not contending. They'll shoot like a 65 like Fleetwood, and you pull me back in again, but you never win.
You know what it is, Geoff? Remember that time when Thorbjorn Olesen took his pants on the plane and took a leak or whatever, and I didn't bet him that week at 200 to 1. He won. I almost put my head through a window. I'm like, I can't believe this happened. The 1 week I didn't take him. It happens all the time. I'm with you. Betting golf, you have to ride guys for a while, but you have to make a statement sometimes. It's like me and Sanjay M. I go, we're done, pal. Like after this week, like party's over. I'm never bet. If you beat me, you beat me. I try to be your friend for years. You never come through. You can't even win a matchup bet. Party's over. Done.
See, how you just talked about the Chargers, I feel like people are talking about the Bills. Like everyone's now jumping back on the Chargers, but this entire offseason, people were like, Buffalo, they're fine. They were like the Super Bowl favorites after 6 weeks last year. They were like everyone's pick. Josh Allen gets hurt. He's not hurt anymore. And everyone's like, Buffalo probably won't even win the division.
Really?
Yeah.
I do agree with your sentiment that people are trying to create like the Jets and the Dolphins, people are so high on them that they're trying to like find a way to swerve the Bills when the answer is probably the Bills. And I've picked the Bills.
Yeah, well, it's just like
Who's
you
next?
picked. I'm next. So you picked Baltimore. So I'll just take Cincinnati and hope Joe Burrow's calf is fine and they end up winning the division again. And I have like an 11.5 and an 11.5 win total team to start my draft. I feel like that's it. Why Baltimore over Cincinnati, Geoff?
That is a fair question. I actually believe Baltimore is going to be amazing. If you watched our AFC win total show, I think Lamar will be in the MVP conversation. This offense, it's going to move a lot faster. It's not just about finding the next chubby running back to get 4 yards. If Lamar can make half of a throw, I think they're going to be really good.
Their offense is going to be really good, Rob, but their defense might suck. It might be like a bottom 5 defense.
They have some cornerback issues heading into the season again now. I really like Baltimore, so I'm not going to argue with the pick. I would have taken the Bengals just marginally ahead of them, but I could see big things for the Ravens. I love their coaching staff, generally speaking. I like the idea of them throwing a little bit more. They've added the weapons with Odell Beckham, Zay Flowers, so I think they're interchangeable.
I also may have made a mistake.
With
like,
what?
did you not realize Cincinnati was available?
I may have made.
I'm the same.
Okay,
I'm going to make a mistake too.
I may have made a mistake. It's embarrassing. I made it early, but I do really like Baltimore, so I glommed onto it. And like I said, if you watched our AFC win total show, then it shouldn't surprise you. I've made this pick here.
Takes a real man
I
to
wish I
admit
wrote
that.
these things down, man. That's the problem. I'm going to screw up somehow. I need pen and paper.
I have it in front of me, Cam. You can ask me which teams are available and which teams
thank
are
you,
not.
Pat. I'm just sorry, buddy. I'm coming off a 6-hour shift. I'm a little bit rattled right now. Rob always comes at me with his jabs, always.
Yeah,
he's always stabby with me.
Listen, you're less rattled than Geoff's computer screen right now, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Can I ask again? Who's up?
It's you. Who's up?
It's you.
Is it really?
You can assume if there's a long pause that it's usually you.
Well played, Pizzola.
Sometimes
I just got to get. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
I don't want to hear anything about it.
How about?
I don't want to hear anything about it. Give me Jacksonville. Thank you.
It's two animals for Cam so far, sticking with the theme from last year as well.
And we're leaving Tim all these NFC teams.
What was I? Eagles isn't a cat. It's a bird. I
said animals. Is an eagle not an animal? Or are we going to get into this argument again about how the Colts wasn't an animal? How many teams in the league
are not animals? I would say the majority are. Like Vikings, a falcon's a bird, a bronco's an animal, a bear is an animal, a packer could be a lot of things.
Is a cowboy or a charger or a jet? Like these are teams that were available. Is a saint an animal? Like there's a lot of non-animals in the league as well, Cam. I was merely pointing out.
I'm talking percentages, man. That's all I'm saying. I got an eagle and I got a jaguar. That's it.
Pizzola.
Cam might be my favorite.
Rob, I might want to. I'm going to drive over to your place and just absolutely. I feel like egging your house right now.
I love your team, Cam.
Well, what, Jacksonville or my team?
It's a good team
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, just be nice to me. Why can't you, Rob?
I'm nice to you sometimes.
Yeah, it's debatable. Your father is. I always respected your dad.
I am going to.
Tim's asleep, by the way, waiting for his
Tim might need his whisper.
He's still trying to figure out which board games are on my shelf. He has no idea.
I love the fact that you don't show.
Pizzola, he took your Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, God.
You have an opportunity here.
Well, I'm not going to do that because I don't like the Jets, but I am going to bolt up and we're going to take the LA Chargers. We're going Chiefs and Chargers to start this draft here.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
Well, that's back to Tim for 2 picks then.
Okay, I will take the Lions and Jets.
Wow. I wanted the Lions, Tim. They're gone.
And no surprise, another animal, of course.
Nope, no surprise at all.
For the record, was the Lions drafted first before the Jets?
Yes, they were.
Second round pick was the Lions, third round the Jets.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you've got the team with probably the second most talented quarterback in the NFL in third place in the third round of the draft. Again, the reason the Bills are in trouble is because the Bills don't have the most talent at almost any position in the division. The Jets do. So it's tough when you have the better receiver, better quarterback, better running backs, better cornerback, better defensive tackle. It's tough to imagine why Buffalo should beat the Jets when the Jets happen to be just about better at every position that actually counts.
Wow, no rebuttal from anyone. I'm shocked.
Well, I mean, you just can't argue with stupid, right? You just.
I mean, what did I say that's wrong? What's wrong? Is Allen more talented than Rodgers? In what world?
In what
world?
This is not 2011 right now, where
he won the
Allen
MVP
was
in 2020
teenager.
and 2021.
Let's remember in those years you said that Kirk Cousins was a better quarterback than he was. But now he's magically got better since then.
The guy who won the MVP in 2020 and 2021 is better than. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know. I think anyone who thinks Josh Allen is a better talented quarterback than Aaron Rodgers, probably has a lot of oceanfront property in Arizona too.
Does this mean like if Joe Montana was still in the league, you'd be like, man, Joe Montana, best quarterback of all time?
No, but again, if you have to stack up the Jets' best players and the Bills' best players, you have all your work cut out for you to make the argument that the Bills have a better player at many of the important positions.
Tim, I need to talk to you actually about real estate in other states, but we'll do it another time. I'm actually thinking about relocating to Reno, Nevada, and I just wanted your opinion.
You should do it.
Yeah, you should do it.
I think it has a lot of positives.
It's the biggest little city in the world, right?
Yeah, it has casinos. It's got snow. It's got beautiful scenery. It's old school casinos, like before Vegas got taken over and ripping everybody off. I think there's a lot to like about Reno. They have the Nevada Wolfpack there. I can go to college games. It's cheap. Anyway, just looking at property.
Even like you
Washington
could get
State's
a
too
good.
expensive.
You could get a good like I could see like dealing cards or something and like some spare shifts. I don't know.
There's a lot
I
of
think
things
you'd
I
be
could
happy
do,
out
Geoff.
there.
I agree. I'm starting to really think West is best. I'm dead serious too. When my parents pass away, I'm moving like to Reno. That's my new home.
If you had to work in a casino cam and be a dealer or a croupier, if you will, depending on which game you're at, what would be like your order of preference of games? Like, would you want to be a blackjack dealer so you could just shoot the shit?
No, probably craps because it's a community game. The problem with blackjack is people come at you too hard. Like they go, "Oh, you fucking asshole! You dealt me this." I'm like, I'm dealing the card, shithead. Like
And Cam, you're like me.
It's true.
What? Am I right, Rob?
We got these fat fingers. Like you'd make a mistake.
Oh, I
turning over
would. I would.
cards.
I gave a guy at 21. My pit boss is there. Mr. Stewart got 7. Let's have a talk in the coffee room here. We have a
This
real
is a
problem.
great point though. In blackjack, when a player loses, they think it's the dealer's fault,
I
not
don't
their
need
own.
that.
But in craps, it's all in the hands of other people around the
Thank
table
you,
that
Rob.
are throwing the dice. So the
That's
dealer's
it.
always
Or
off the hook.
baccarat, because you know what you could do? Kill time. Pushes are good.
Yeah,
That's
but
another game that I enjoy.
you don't want to kill time. You want action.
I actually want to kill time.
Baccarat has a lot of like. Do you know all the rules to baccarat? Because I've played baccarat for like 15 years, and I'm still like
Not
iffy on some of
necessarily,
the
Pat,
rules.
but I'm going to tell you the game that I play the most blackjack would be the least. If they made Jeff's right, I got fat fingers, I'd fuck it up and I'd be fired. Like that's the one game I don't want to deal. No way. I'll do roulette too because I like
Did
spinning
you
the
take
ball.
tickets at the sportsbook window? If a guy had a lot of confidence, I could see you like making a side bet. Like when a guy comes to your window.
I'd rather take tickets than deal blackjack. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Blackjack is the worst thing for me. Hands down, I would never deal blackjack. Because
I'd like to spin that wheel.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
seems
said,
like
Rob. Yeah, it's got a ball on it.
Yeah,
Cool,
that's
you know?
fun.
Like, yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Anything that moves.
No, not even the roulette one. The giant, like the
the Wheel of Fortune wheel.
Wheel of-
For all the
I mean, not
degenerates,
every
yeah.
casino has it, but
I-
that seems like some fun.
I'd spin it. Yeah.
Well, now I need to hear from Cust on this. Cust, what would be
I want to be in the cage.
You want to be handling the money, exchanging people's
Yeah,
money?
put me in the cage. I don't want to be yelling. I know exactly what would happen if I dealt Spanish 21 or let it ride or anything. I would be screamed at, accused of having cursed their hands, et cetera, et cetera. I certainly could not say, "Good luck on your ace, sir," as I dealt them an ace. I couldn't do any of that
That's good
stuff.
call,
So
Cust.
just put me in the cage where I have zero effect on anything.
Cust could be the greatest cooler in the history of casinos if he were to take one of those
You
jobs.
could bet the don't pass line with me throwing the dice at craps every time if you wanted.
I don't think they let the dealer throw the dice, do they?
In this casino, they may. It's Reno.
Yeah,
They probably have war that you can bet on. They probably have.
casino
Well,
war.
they
Casino
definitely
war's
have war. I
great.
mean, Montreal has war at the casino.
Yeah.
That's that.
War's common now.
That CNE casino that we went to that was super crooked had
Oh.
war.
Oh yeah,
let's-
we're going
let's-
back there. I got a 20, you got a 20. You lose. It's a charity casino.
We
on a
had-
Oh,
we
that was
had-
the worst.
and I'll be leaving this facility.
We had it the
Now.
other way. Our dealer didn't know the rules of blackjack, so whenever we pushed, he paid us.
You got to
So,
be kidding. Are you
the-
kidding me?
I was at that casino already, and I will say there's a lot of dealer error at that casino, but there's no way that it offsets the pushes and you can't even chase your losses. Like if
That's
you
the
play at a
thing. Like, if you're-
$50
if you're-
table, the
You
max
said
bet's
it,
100.
Pizzola. Like
You
I
can't
could be
win
a
any
nice
money.
guy. If I'm losing on a push, like I'm never stepping in your casino
No.
again.
It's
Ever,
not,
ever.
it's not even really a casino. It's just a tent they have on the go.
It sounds like a person that's robbing you legally.
It's a warehouse.
Yeah,
It's a
basically
warehouse.
The guy
Let's
doesn't
call
have
it
a
out
gun.
for it is.
He doesn't have a gun or a jackknife. He's just saying, "Give me your money."
Isn't there a casino in Toronto now?
There is. Woodbine
Yeah, and
just
it's
opened
horrible.
a casino.
Yeah, you want to wait 2 hours for a blackjack table with people that reek. Guys are like wearing Old Spice from like 1978 and stuff, and just the body odor in that casino. I prefer the horses. I'd rather actually smell the horse barn than go to that casino.
Can I just say the vibe on this show is very strange tonight? I don't know how the listeners
Is
are
it
going to
good?
react.
I
But
gotta
the
be honest
vibe on
with
the show
you,
is
I don't know
very
what
off.
I don't know what it is, but we got to get going on this. We got to pick more teams because
All right.
I'm gonna hit the deck.
I think it's on me here. So I will go with the most handsome coach in the NFL, and I'll take the Miami Dolphins.
All right, we're back once again. Too many people on the line causing problems with us. Rob has, I wouldn't say recently picked them. Actually, he did just pick the Miami Dolphins. So, Cam, you have the Eagles, you have the Jags. Who are you taking now?
Tim picked the Lions, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers, Geoff.
They already went in the draft to Rob.
Oh, they're gone. Oh, great. New Orleans Saints, please.
Oh, I like that pick, Cam. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
That is a very EV pick.
I got to be honest with you. Me and Tim, like this is. I'm your Tim. I love you, man. Like I could join the show more. It's like the Respect Club with Tim Anderson. I love this guy. He's the best.
Thank you, Geoff or Cam.
Show your picture. I'm not now. I'm really disgusted. Anyway, sorry, Geoff. I know you guys have from the season. You guys cuss. You guys get fired up. But I love this man.
It was merely 1 year ago where he was accusing you of locking in fake point spreads, and now all of a sudden you have a love for him.
I'm past it. He can say whatever he wants.
Called you a swindler. That was his exact word.
Certainly did not use that.
You know what, Tim?
Swindler was what he said.
I did try to get the best line all the time. I wasn't necessarily a swindler, but I like to, find lines. Not gonna lie.
I'm a big fan, Cam. I'm a big fan. You've made 3 really, really solid picks. All 3 teams you picked. I like his playoff teams this year.
I look at Geoff right now. He's raging inside. I love it. What a show. This is great.
All right. So it's going to be my pick, but Paul has to stop for a second because no one is in sync anymore.
Wow. We're really struggling tonight.
Our system is crapping out.
Overheating.
It could be.
We're going to lose video for a second. We're going to bring it back.
So, Geoff, you had a piece of Hovland? I saw in the thing, little piece. Yeah. You know
Little
what I had,
piece.
Geoff? What really hurts? I had Shoffley 72 stroke. He had a 3-shot lead till the end. Because Hovland went birdie. He ended it there. Yeah, remember it's the 72, and Shoffley paid good too. I think I got him at 14. That really hurt. I had to split up the bet. That would have really changed things. But anyway, back to football. Yeah, sorry. Apologize.
Am I back in sync? Okay, we're yeah, it's fair. So it's my pick. All right.
Cool.
Okay, my pick on the board. I will take, with the 4th pick of the 3rd round of the win total draft, the Minnesota Vikings, with my pick to go along with the 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. So, Geoff, it's to you. Back-to-back picks. Geoff Fienberg.
Yep. That was a team I was considering. I am going to take the Cleveland Browns with my first pick.
Love it.
And just going to use this moment in the show to remind the audience that maybe, I don't think it's possible for 2024, but Rob Pizzola's got a lot of rivals. And that shouldn't go under the radar. He's got a lot of rivals.
Yep.
Guy, you could easily find his way. He's got a lot of rivals. Just putting that out there. Future awards.
Who would you say has a bigger feud with Darren Rovell, you or Rob Pizzola?
It is definitely. This is not even a question. It is definitely Geoff.
No,
it's not
definitely me. My rivals are more like on the peripheral. Like I'll take them more seriously, but I don't know any of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of the people. I've worked with Rob, and he has like blood feuds with like people in like the box we're in. So I've taken, and Cam knows this to be true.
I would not say blood feuds is the right terminology to be used here. I dislike a lot of people. Okay, that's what I dislike a lot of people. I don't hate a lot of people. I don't wish bad things upon people. But yes, I'm the type of guy that if you say like one thing to me that might, bother me in a way, I'm going to dislike you for a long time. That's who I am. Yes.
You hold grudges.
Yes.
But it's also like, I don't say this to put air in your tire. I worked with you. You're a bright guy. So you probably look at some of these like imbeciles around some of these offices and corporate settings, and it drives you nuts.
It bothers me. I don't like when people misrepresent themselves. I don't like when there's people out there like, oh, hey, look at me, I'm the greatest better in the world, and then like they're not. Like I just don't like misrepresentation.
You don't like liars.
Yes, that's why.
And that's fair.
That's why I called you out when you were. I agree with Tim when you were faking point spreads last year as well. I don't like that type of behavior.
You fucking son of a bitch! I can't believe you just did that.
Well,
you were faking points.
You were buying you're buying mysterious half points, right? You'd be like, Pat, you can get me a 3, can't you? You can find me a 3. No, there was no 3s. This is all 2.5s.
I think it's time to move on.
Okay, so
Or Cam.
There's a pick.
Don't worry, Tim. It's just wow. This is just.
There's a pick I want to make
shocking.
because I believe so highly in the team, but it would go against the math. So I'm going to have to leave them and I'm going to pick Seattle.
I was going to say, trust your gut.
Why'd you do it, Geoff? That was my next pick. Good pick.
Yeah, but there's a team I love this year and they'll go soon.
You didn't take the team that you love so you could take the shitty Seahawks?
Hey, Mayo, now you need to zip it up.
No, I'm sorry.
What's going on here?
I'm sorry about Drew Lock MVP. we talked about your take on Damar Hamlin, Geoff, and how he's a hologram, therefore he cannot win comeback player of the year. And Cam was like, why not Drew Lock?
Yeah, 75-1 or something like that.
Actually, I said there was another player that I mentioned too. I forget who it was that actually
Russell
had a
Wilson.
chance.
We talked about Russell Wilson.
I know. I said I didn't want Russell Wilson. I said I wanted. I think it might have been Tua. Somebody else.
Yeah.
If Drew Lock gets on the field and Seattle just keeps the train going, and he didn't win comeback player of the year over a rotational safety who
that died.
You're missing the human element, Geoff. The man was dead. He was deceased and brought back to life. He could play one snap, and he's going to win the comeback player of the year.
Exactly. It was scary, but it wasn't the road that a lot of guys. It's weird that.
Are you saying that there's no precedent for a guy dying on the field?
Let him speak. Let him speak.
I'd like to hear this play. Yes, I'd like to hear this.
Don't interrupt, Geoff.
I'm with you. The guy, he'll win the award just for being alive. I
have every incentive to let him
Let's
speak
just call it out for
there.
what it is. The fact that he's a heartbeat, and it's not, I don't want to sound hard because I love everyone, but he's alive. He's playing football. It's a lock. End of discussion.
But Geoff feels differently. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Odell had a more difficult year than this guy.
I don't know. Odell didn't die.
There was no.
His heart did not stop.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It was scary, but it wasn't. It wasn't impressive.
If we had video of Tim, he would just be smiling on his end.
Returning to life isn't all that impressive.
To the training staff.
That sound is votes going in the ballot box for Jeffrey over and over and over again.
My whole point is once players actually play a role in their team's great success this year, a guy who plays a rotational safety, it'll be like a pick'em. It'll be a pick'em.
I mean,
Geoff, we're agreeing with each other, I think.
Listen, there was a simple carpenter this happened to 2,000 years ago, and he still has a giant fan club. You overlook this stuff.
A simple carpenter.
Paul, yes.
I just wanted to say that I'm adding Damar Hamlin to Geoff's biggest rival.
Yes,
after
please.
all this discussion, all this slander.
I don't understand with you guys. Like, I've never met Rovell. I've never tweeted him. He's never tweeted me. I don't even know how you guys get infused with this guy. Like, I don't even know what the hell's going on, to be honest.
You don't live on Twitter or X, Cam, the way others of us live on that app.
Fair enough. And I've been called out for it by employers and whatever, but I'm not going to change who I am. Especially when I drink and do other things, I don't go on Twitter. That's my business.
Stick to your beliefs, Cam. Your belief system is all that matters.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, Geoff, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Cam's algorithm's getting really wonky on him, and he's down like the conspiracy rabbit hole. So, Cam, do you have a gold, silver, and bronze pick of like most believable conspiracies that you've seen on the internet recently?
Not really, Pat. I thought we talked about this on air with Morency. I think the alien story kind of went under the radar. The fact that people are caring about their fantasy football teams instead of actually there might be extraterrestrial life on this planet. And I think it's pretty important stuff to think about. But anyway, people just, let's just breathe it under,
Guys.
throw it under the rug because Britney Spears is hanging out with the Spurs first pick on a casino floor.
I spent
That's
a lot
actually
of
really
time
cool.
with Cam.
Thank you, Tim.
Cam was always obsessed with Robert Stack and Unsolved Mysteries.
Best voice in murders and mysteries of all time. Robert Stack in that trench coat. The guy, he's Unsolved Mysteries was a show that I grew up on. I love it all. It's the best. That's the problem with murder mysteries now. Now it's buried in your basement. You know, what's the other like? Great. Oh yeah, real original. Like, honest to God, I watch ID Network and I'm like, the worst is Fear Your Neighbor. It's like, oh yeah, the guy comes in with a snake, he cuts a hole through your wall. Next, you know, the chick's like, oh, okay, great. Like, let's go kill my neighbor. Like, I can't deal with that show. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. American Monsters, another show that needs a lot of work. Anyway, Geoff, actually, they featured the Honey and Barry Sherman murders on one of the shows.
I watched that. I watched that on Crave.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I got to be honest with you. Yeah, the police are doing quite well there. They can't even. Who's the first suspect? A shadow? A guy walking in the middle of the night? They're never going to solve that.
That was like 3 years after the fact.
It's a professional hit. Let's just call it out for what it is. Anyway, I don't want to get into my thoughts on murders, but who's picking?
It's me. I will take the Tennessee Titans with my pick in the fourth round. The team that's actually going to win that division. So more wins than the Jags game.
I think wasn't I saying a lot of things that make sense though with the stuff, Geoff? Like you know the story, right, Rob? Like are we there?
I know the story. It was a police botch job. If we're calling out for what it is, they ruled it a suicide in the beginning. They had no idea what was going on. It was. I just don't know how we got from conspiracy theory talk to the worst shows on TV and into murders. I don't know how it always comes.
I don't know,
back
but
to
Geoff
murder,
asked. You asked me something about internet wormholes, and I just didn't really know where to go, so I kind of took it in that direction. Rob, you said you hate liars, so I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
I will not comment. Nothing to say on that story.
I know. I'm sorry for bringing it up. I love murder mysteries.
I wish I could go back 15 years to when I met Cam and we could have become private detectives together. That would have been.
You know what? We were actually, but it would have been good, Rob.
We would have been such a good duo.
I would have been the idiot.
You guys together could have been Columbo.
Yeah, no, that's what the thing is. I'll play the stooge guy. Hey, here you go. Here's a drink of water. Can I get you some Burger King? And then Rob comes in and right when they think we're friends, and then bam, bam, bam. You know, like put them on the polygraph.
You're very personable. You would have got a lot of answers.
That's what you do. No, how do you get the answers? The guy finally gives up. He's like, "You want to go for your a smoke with your pal? Like we could work this out together."
Oh man, our good cop, bad cop routine would have been out of this world, man.
I agree.
Very good.
I agree with you.
Do you think that
the bottom line is? Yeah, I think a lot of us have. I know I went to Fanshawe College, but I got a lot of a higher education than a lot of guys that are on the force. I think.
Well, do you think that the team of Geoff, this is for you, of Cam and Rob being private detectives or even like interrogators would work? Or what if you just stuck someone in a room with Cuss for like 20 minutes? Or maybe
I think Cuss would do fine.
Oh, you're just telling him stories, telling him all of his hot ideas. Cuss or Cam.
Honestly, Cam could just like roll up beside a suspect at like a breakfast joint diner or a bar at night, and he would have the guy's whole story, and then he'd be able to give the info to Rob and
problem is
case together the next
problem
day.
Is Geoff, I might like the guy if he didn't do something too crazy. That's the
you
problem.
would
You know what I mean? Like if it was a guy and actually saw his point of view, I'd be like, damn it, like it's gonna be tough for me.
I could see Cam sabotaging the investigation by letting the suspect know like what the police have on him, you know? Hey buddy, they got all this.
If
I could see that.
As long as there's like nothing to do, like if it was like something that was anyway, let's not get into this. Let's like bank stuff, whatever, but no bad things with you know what I'm talking about, like regular crimes.
Like with UFOs?
No, like I'm just saying I won't support anybody that hurts children or bad murderers and stuff like that. If you did a bank job or whatever and you needed money.
Who's getting hurt in a bank job? Just the banks, the greedy banks.
No, as long as you didn't hurt anybody, you know, some people make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
If someone beat the shit out of their boss, like who rode them on a 6-hour shift, like they could win Cam over easily.
It's true.
Cam, it's your pick.
Shared life experiences.
What the hell just happened here? This show. I don't even know. Sorry, I'm so red, guys. It's been a really long day. Like I look even more red than I haven't had a drink or anything yet. Like this is ridiculous. Anyway,
well, after you make your pick, you can go grab a drink and come back if you want. But it's your pick.
I'm going to drink a bottle. I think I might have a bottle of wine. Next, it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Malbecs, because I do have type 2 diabetes, low sugar. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Have they been taken?
That's another phenomenal
Great
what a
pick, Cam.
value pick.
Yeah, great value.
They,
pick.
they just burned a pick on the Titans, who are significantly worse than Pittsburgh.
Well, that's what Pat likes
And,
to
like,
be a little bit different. Like,
that's fine.
The thing I like
but,
about
like-
Pat is too, he like I make my mistakes as a human being, and I'll tell you, I've known Mayo for a while. He's got a real soft spot in his heart for the Titans for some reason. I don't know where it comes from, but it's always since the day I've known him, he will defend the Titans more than other people. I don't know.
Anyone that's tried to make a living picking on the Mike Vrabel Titans has lost a lot of money. You
I
can take
agree.
it from me.
Yeah, I know.
As someone who's lost a lot of money.
Sure, but that Steelers pick is Cam's knocking this out of the park. If you were going to do a power ranking of teams, and I'm in this, Cam's is number one right now.
With the
Cam
Eagles,
is? No,
Saints,
Geoff
Jags,
is.
and Steelers?
Jeff is number one.
Yeah, no, I think Jeff's got Jeff's got an okay team, but I think
who
Cam's
do I got
this.
again? Eagles, Saints, Jags, and Steelers.
Yeah.
I like where I stand. It's not like I might not win the tournament, but I'm playing birdie golf. I think for now. Let's keep it up.
All right, Rob, your pick.
We're into the teams that I don't like now.
Well, don't even take one then. Pass.
Yeah, who want you pass?
I gotta take one. I'll take the Atlanta Falcons. Reluctantly.
There's a shit pick.
Nah. Division is bad enough that they can win games. They have high upside. Arthur Smith's a good
It's
coach,
true,
good
actually.
offensive weapons.
They're a mystery, right,
Yeah.
Rob? They're like kind of what I watch. It's a mystery. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I mean, I don't want to take another AFC West team. Like, yeah, that's it. Falcons.
Fair enough.
Not happy about it.
I know your next pick is going to be, because I know Cust is not going to take this team, but he has two picks. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I am going to take the Giants. And again, it's on the theory this is a playoff team last year in a very, very, very bad conference.
It's bad theory. Bad theory.
7.5 is too low for a team that's probably the best coached in the division, and certainly talented enough to win 9-10 games. I think certainly a team that ought to make the playoffs. I like this. Well, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I like this Giants team. And then the other one, I'm torn here because it makes all the sense in the world to take Indianapolis if you think they're going to be decent and bet on Richardson, because that team could rip off 9 or 10 or 11 wins in a super, super soft conference. But I don't think that's the way to go because I like Jacksonville. So I will take the Raiders at this point. Jimmy G does nothing but win football games. This Raiders team is undervalued. I think they're, I think the Broncos and the Chiefs are going to take little steps back, and I think the Chargers and Raiders will sort of take some steps forward. I think the Raiders are the play here too. These are all not great teams. I would have taken the Falcons had they been on the board. But
I will be playing alt under on the Raiders this year. I just want people to know that I've alt unders on the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'd play them as low as under like 5.
I would have taken the Raiders if it was the 31st pick in the draft. That's where I would have taken the Raiders ahead of Arizona and no
Alt
one else.
under 4.5 Raiders.
If you go to draft,
I'm with you. I think the Raiders are horrible.
They stink. They stink.
Custom, we've been good friends today, but to think that Indianapolis can win 9, 10, or 11.
Well, I
a little bit too much.
don't think
I
they're
just
going
have
to.
say that.
And I
That's
didn't
the
pick
only thing
them.
I have to say.
I didn't pick them. But if Richardson's
Oh.
really good,
Yeah.
then they absolutely can win 9 or 10 games because that's a super weak division, and they get to play a lot of easy games. But
Justin Fields was good. They drafted.
Justin Fields was not good. He has never been good. He continues to not be good.
That's something.
Go ahead and
we're
take the
actually-
Bears when you have it. Go ahead and take the Bears when you have a chance, then, Jeff. If you think he's so good, sure they'll be there for you.
Well, Rob, it's your
Who's
pick,
up?
and I know.
Well-
I think I know who you're taking.
Yeah, we're gonna triple up in the AFC West, and we're gonna take the Denver Broncos.
Not who I thought you were taking. You know that these teams all have to play each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, there can be 3 teams in a division that all go above 500. I mean, it happens very, very regularly. We're into the scraps right now. Like, there's not a lot of teams here that have a chance to win double-digit games. At least I have a coach. Like, we're going from the worst coach in NFL history to one of the best. There's definitely upside with the Broncos.
As long as he doesn't get suspended for a whole year for allowing Bountygate to happen,
He could also walk away after
that
3
marvelous
games.
head coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he could walk away after 3 games when he realizes Russ is cooked as well. That's a very distinct possibility. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like any of these teams. So Not enough that I think they can win double-digit games. So yeah, I don't know. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I
Speaking
think
of blood feuds, Tim started one with Sean Payton because Sean Payton insulted a coach who'd never called a play for his team.
Well, it was just a classless drive-by, unnecessary drive-by smear by Sean Payton, who is the last person on earth who's allowed to criticize other people's ability to be a head coach.
Sorry,
you
what?
get thrown out of the league for a year
I'm with
for
Cuss.
allowing Bountygate to happen under your watch.
That was ridiculous.
You don't get to criticize other people.
You don't come
Sorry.
at other coaches like that. That was a
You don't do
low-class
it.
move.
Thank
It
you,
was
Cam.
It was a weak
Thank
move,
you.
man.
I
And
agree
honest
that
to
it was
God,
low
like,
class.
I'm not even a Jets fan. That was ridiculous. Like, what the
Thank
hell
you,
are
Cam.
you doing? No, Rob. You don't see Dallas
many-
coming at Giants. Like, you
No,
don't do that.
listen.
No,
I'm
we
not so.
agree.
I'm not sure how many coaches have done less with more than Sean Payton in his career.
Sorry, what was that? Less with more?
With more, he won one Super Bowl in the time he was there. That New Orleans team underachieved over and over and over.
Have you ever heard
Brees
the name?
an all-time great
I'm
quarterback?
just gonna no,
Drew
no, no.
Brees is not an all-time great talent. He made him an all-time great quarterback.
I'm going to say this. I think Sean Payton's a good coach. I just didn't like the way he handled himself. You don't do
Agreed.
that.
No,
you don't,
he
you don't,
handled
you
himself
don't
very
call
well.
people out
Also,
like
has
that.
anyone
It's
ever
wrong.
heard the name Tony Dungy before? You want to talk about less with more? Tony Dungy, that guy, like, I don't know how Peyton Manning didn't win more Super Bowls in Indianapolis,
I will
but they
say
had
this,
the team.
though, Rob. Out of all the coaches, if anyone wanted to hold my wallet and not run away with it, Tony Dungy's my guy. He seems like a very kind human being.
Tony
He's one guy I
Dungy
would like.
wouldn't. That guy.
Honestly, he's a nice man. Like
I-
other coaches, if let's just say somebody was going to save my life, I was drowning. For former coaches, I'd pick Dungy. I think he'd actually jump in the under.
Oh, I'm picking Dan Campbell. That man looks like Jack LaLanne,
Yeah.
but 25 years younger. He
Yeah,
would
he
save
does
my
look-
life.
he-
He
yeah,
would
you're
Campbell
save
would
my
go
life.
after
Yeah,
any
you're
teammate.
right. He could
Campbell
pull
would
both- he
fight
could
a
pull both.
shark to save a teammate. Could be a special teams player, and he'd
Yeah,
fight in
you're-
and punch that
You're
shark
right.
in the
Yeah,
face.
you're right. I forgot about Dan Campbell. I was just going to say Tony Dungy seems like a nice human being.
Nah, Tony Dungy would turn around and walk. Dungy's not protecting his players. Get out of it. He's a nice guy, but he's not going to stand up for Dan Campbell. That's a great answer by Tim. He's the guy that would step in there. He's fiery.
I'm just okay.
Dungy has no fire. He's got Peyton Manning wants to run on first and second down
I'm
every
just
play.
saying he's like a friend of the like. I think he's a friend of the Lord. I don't think he'd let you die. That's all. I'm not trying to like. Dan
see.
Campbell's an animal. He'd fight a bear. I understand that.
Campbell would fight. Dungy would put on like a nice service for you afterwards, but he wouldn't get in there.
Fair
And he
enough.
wouldn't get in the fray.
Yeah. Okay.
he'd have some kind words.
Yes, he would give a nice eulogy, something like that. But he's not going to get in there.
I don't even know what to do anymore. How many teams have we picked?
Rob and Tim have picked 5, but you've only picked 4, so it's your pick.
It's my pick.
Yeah.
I don't.
Why are
don't
you
know if
always so surprised when it's your pick? It's the same. You're in the middle every time. You either follow Pat or you follow me.
I just don't feel like arguing anymore. I'm moved down. I'll take the Chicago Bears, please. Can you cue laugh applause? There you go. You cue the laugh track. Taking the Bears. I'm going to regret this pick, but I'm taking them. Wow. Tumbleweed. I'm in trouble.
No. I mean, Tim just called Justin Fields a bag of crap, so he'd probably have a good chance
Yeah.
of the Bears making the playoffs now. This year.
That's the first pick of yours, Cam, that I don't like.
There was another one I was going to go with, but I'm actually avoiding them out of spite, but that's my problem.
I can support spite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reminder to everyone out there, if you play in a fantasy league or if you play in a win totals league where everyone has to pay an entry fee to get in, but you just want it to be secure and get your money coming out the moment that the league has finished, I recommend using LeagueSafe.com. There's a little microphone icon at the very top of the screen. You put it in code Mayo into that, they'll give you $10 just for using it. So an extra $10. You might as well do it. Keep your money safe at LeagueSafe.com. Tim, did you know it's not a real safe?
I assumed as such. I assumed you weren't talking about an actual physical safe at a bank in some undisclosed location.
At first, Tim, I thought it might be, and then I'm like, no. Obviously, it's not a real safe, but
It's like a vault
I
somewhere in
like-
West
I-
Virginia that people send their stuff to.
yeah, I like a real safe. It's something very heavy that criminals have to work really hard to get out of the house. But this one seems pretty secure.
If I learned anything from Bad Santa, and I did, it's just that the craziest of criminals know how to crack a safe, even the good ones.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just
So-
need a good stethoscope and a couple other things. Yep.
Exactly. So you think that doctors would be better at cracking safes with all those
Yeah.
stethoscopes laying
Good
around?
call.
Like, what are they doing in there half the time? They're making you wait. in the waiting room like half an hour.
Yeah.
They're probably in there like
My
practicing
doctor
cracking the
didn't
safes.
even know. he
Yeah,
didn't
what's
even
the
know
deal
I
with
had
airline
diabetes.
peanuts? You're like doing a Jerry Seinfeld
Exactly.
stand-up
Guy didn't even know I
routine.
had diabetes. He should have been cracking safes. That is, like, come on, wrong career choice.
I'm taking the Rams with my pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I like it as well. Like it's a situation where if things go very poorly very quickly, or someone gets hurt very quickly, they might win like 3 games. But they have a great coach. Their quarterback appears to be healthy. They have the best or second best receiver in football, and they have the best defensive player in football. Couldn't tell you about the rest of the team. But if they start out poorly, those guys are either getting traded or faking injuries so they can move up in the draft. Do they have their pick this year? They have their pick this year, right? Detroit doesn't again?
I have to double check.
I think they have it back this year.
The Rams have
Yeah,
like
they have
3
the
picks
pick.
for the next 10 years or something. They've traded a bunch of
No,
picks.
but they finally have their first round pick. That's what you're asking.
Yeah, so it's okay for them to be terrible. So if they start off poorly, I think that they are probably going to end up being terrible. If they start off good when their players are healthy before they have to get into their no depth, then I think they might try to make a run at this season. And McVay will be engaged. Stafford will be engaged. A lot has to go right, but I think there's enough of the bones left of this team in a weak NFC that, yeah, if we're shooting for upside with some of our picks here, that they could get to like 10 wins and if Seattle sucks.
Oh man, I got to be honest with you, Pat. I love you like a brother, but the rhetoric and hate for the Seattle Seahawks and venom that has been spewed on this network for 24 hours is really hurting me. I hope the Seahawks win the damn Super Bowl.
You hope that every year.
Yeah, you're not cheering for anything different than the past.
You're right, but it's personal now.
Okay.
Jeff,
Well, it looks like you have a vendetta now, just like Jeff has a
No, I
million.
love Mayo.
Can
I
you
think
do a
everything,
Charles
I'm just
Bronson
saying
impression?
he's been really hard on Seattle, like harder than any other team. Like he thinks the Seahawks are a bunch of fucking losing clowns. Got no chance at everything. Yeah, well, we'll see.
I
think
just
they're a
don't
very
think
good
that they're going to
football
win more than 9.5 games is really where I'm at.
9.5. Like, yeah, that's kind of a different number, isn't it? 8.5 or like what's the total for Seattle? right now?
9.5.
Is it 9.5? Maybe you're right, Tim. I was fudging numbers. You're right.
Swindling. You were a swindler.
Swindler, yes, a liar, swindler, yeah, whatever you want to call me.
Say any of those words.
Jeff, back-to-back picks for you.
Okay, so I'm about to make the pick that's going to win me this pool, and it's the Green Bay Packers.
Is this the Tony Finau was guaranteed to make the Ryder Cup team pick of yours?
No, that was
100%
months ago, and
lock,
I'm
can't
shocked.
miss?
I'm shocked. That was months ago. I thought Finau, because of his vibes, he can cut up the floor in the dance room like my boy Cam, team room, veteran. I thought he could win any tie, but his golf has been below putting himself in that position. It's unfortunate. He'd been on the last 4 USA teams. Half a year ago, 3 months ago, I was like, yeah, for sure he'll be on the team. He has not. I'm taking the Packers. It's a winning pick, but I want to use this because we've talked about swindling, stealing, cheating, lying. I've been doing something, and Cam's here, so I want to just get his take on it. These new things. This is about the bags and plastic bags and grocery stores. Yes. I'm just a guy, I drive around. I go. Sometimes I don't realize I don't have a bag on me. I got to stop. I got to get something. Now This is my move. And that Galen Weston and his billions of profits, no one will miss it.
Oh, no.
When I go in there, you set the record, Tim.
Who cares? The price, you do whatever the hell you want. Are you stealing a turkey?
So I go in there, I don't have a bag. And this isn't a big grocery shop, but I don't have a bag. And these goddamn MFers with these bags. So what I do when I realize, shit, I don't have a bag. In front of all like the cashier areas, they got all the disposable, reusable bags that they want you to buy.
Yes.
I grab one at the start of my shop. And I rip that tag off and I just fill in my bag.
Or you think I'm gonna be mad at you for that? I got about
no. I'm
just.
I know you would support me here.
Ken used to change stickers on meat. Of course, he's not going to be upset about this.
But
stick it to the man.
I'll make it up by buying something that I normally wouldn't buy. Like I'll even splurge a little on something. Like I'll give them their couple bucks back. But I'm not keeping a bag stash in my car.
But I'm a psycho.
I don't know.
I'm a psycho. And
what Jeff?
But now in my house, I have a mountain of.
This is theft.
No, this is justifying criminal behavior.
That'll actually pay more for the bags because I know some of the other stores make crazy percentages. Like when I go to a store like Dollarama in comparison to a big grocery chain, like they're right there. I'll buy the bags, whatever. I screwed up. I forgot, but I have so many in my house. Jeff, all you have to do, they have these new ones. They're basically like the no frills one. It's like you could put a house in it. Just keep it in your trunk and bring it in, throw it in the cart.
Bring it
and
in
you
the
can-
house,
you can
put it
literally
in the
put
glove
your kids in
compartment,
it.
man.
You can put your kids
Anywhere.
in it. It's
Yeah.
so big.
This is
You'll never
justifying
forget.
criminal behavior.
Yes,
This is how
this
it
is
starts.
theft.
This is how it starts. You always hear that guy, you know, who has that story of how I shoplifted a pack of bubble gum and then he spends 20 years in prison for armed robbery.
No,
Afterwards.
I'm stealing reusable bags now.
Now, next you'll be walking out the door with prime rib. But I bought,
I like that.
you know, I bought the horseradish sauce that I usually don't buy and I don't like to serve on this stolen prime rib that I took.
Yeah.
And Galen Weston makes all this money anyway, so he won't miss the prime rib I
I love
absconded with
horseradish.
from the Metro on Front Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You know, this is awful. This is criminal behavior.
It's not justifiable.
I'm going to be honest
at
with
all.
you, Tim. I don't steal
Guys, I got
anything.
the
People
bag
talk
right here.
about
There's one
stickers and
beside
stuff.
me.
I don't do the sticker game.
So
anymore.
you're
Jeff,
about
hide
to
that.
show us
Jeff,
hot-
hide that.
you're about
Now
to-
you're actually proving you're showing like
Yeah,
the pride.
you're showing
now.
hot
This is-
merchandise
Mountain of
on the
these
show.
things. I have a mountain of them.
See
You
that
don't
Put
want to
them in
admit
your
that
glove
stuff.
box.
See,
As
What's
I
your glove
said,
box
Jeff,
full of?
Jeff, just keep them in your trunk.
Listen,
It's
I
very
have
simple
the
process.
same problem as Jeff. That I always forget these fucking things every time that I go.
Oh, I
to the
forget them
Be a
all the
better
time. That's
planner.
why you
Be
got
a better planner.
You know what you do? You have a mountain of them.
I
You
have a
break
mountain of
up,
them
and then
in
you
my
put-
garage. I have too many of them. I have to throw them out right now. There should
You have
be
an automobile.
there should be a program where
Yes.
if you can bring back the reusable bag, you get like if let's say you just paid a deposit on the reusable bag, or it's $1, or it's $1.25, and it's $1 deposit. You never bring it back.
Oh,
well, then you never get your
Pat,
dollar back.
Some
bring.
people run those bags through like they use them to change.
You
kids'
can just
diapers
bring
and
the
stuff. You're
cart
not
out.
reusing
You
them
can
back.
bring the
Like,
cart to the
seriously.
car.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
then
need
I
exactly.
yeah, but then I have
Yeah.
loose groceries in the back of my car.
But you have
No,
a
you
million
don't.
bags when you get home. You can put them
Exactly.
in the bag when you get home.
Well, why would I
This
want
is
to put them
not-
in the bag when I get home? Then I have to go get a bag and then repack all my groceries in a bag to walk 10 feet inside.
It's
First of
literally
all-
no different.
No,
It's
no, no.
actually
I just got
zero
one thing to say. I
different
just
than
got one
packing
thing
in
to
the
say.
store.
I got one thing to say. They can get rid of plastics all you want. Okay. And these idiots are giving me cut eye when I go to the store and buy 6 cases of water and come back and buy another 6 cases of water, whatever. If you have sleep apnea, you're not drinking water when you have a hose attached to your mouth with a glass. Okay. It has to have a little cap at the top. So if I want to drink plastic water, sue me. I'm saving the environment in other areas.
And you don't
Assholes.
make, and your carbon footprint isn't big enough where you should be
Yes.
entitled to all of it.
Oh, a lady like yelled at me in the store, plastic. I go, yeah. You try. Go, good. I'm going to take a glass at night, put it on my face as I'm sleeping at night, and just put water all over like Niagara Falls on
What
me.
about a straw?
See, there'll be a
No, you have to
box of
take the
plastic
mask off with
straws
a
in
straw,
my
you
car.
idiot. Use your
There'll
head,
be a
'cause otherwise I
box
thought
of
you were
plastic
smart.
straw.
Can't
There'll be a
figure that
box
out.
of plastic straws in my car before
Yeah.
there's a box.
Nobody makes
I'm bringing the
straws anymore,
reusable
too.
bags
like
in my
paper, and they
What
get
else?
soggy and shit.
What
Anyway,
else do you think? What else
let's
do you
make
think you're
picks.
allowed to pilfer and steal from stores, Jeff?
Yeah.
What else do you believe you have a right to?
You see those
Rolling
Galen
papers?
Weston profits? It doesn't. It's okay.
Rolling papers.
They should be free. Anyway, what's okay?
It
Bro, it's
remains
my pick. I have my
it-
second pick.
Yeah, it remains Jeff's pick.
Wow.
Yeah, he picked
Anyway,
Green
Jeff,
Bay and he has
I'm
the
not
second
mad at
pick.
you, but just be prepared. Just keep them in the. Just hide them in different areas.
Put
Have
'em
a
in your
6
glove
storing
box,
place. Yeah, it's easy.
Okay, so
Well,
this is
it's
probably a bad pick, and maybe I should trust like the greatest coach ever to Weasel wins. Carolina drafted first overall, but they traded up from 7, so they're not first overall. You assume it's a much improvement at quarterback. I love so many pieces on that defense, Burns and Horn, and I really do like Frank Wright. I thought things kind of went to shit in Indy, and maybe he's conservative, but he's conservative enough. They're not going to bottom out. They don't even own their draft pick next year, so they got to win as many games as possible to the bitter end. Give me Carolina. I don't love the pick though.
Besides Burns and Horn, what other pieces of this amazing defense do you love?
I like him. Jeremy Chin,
Yeah, he's good.
Yep.
and there's another. I'm forgetting. There's a even better defensive. I might have even forgotten their best defensive player.
You know, Jeremy
they have-
Chin went to the same school as my doctor
no,
that
the
couldn't
dude- the
diagnose
dude-
my diabetes, Southern Illinois.
There was a dude drafted who I almost thought the Chargers might take instead of Herbert. And it's not Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
Auburn. Help
They
me.
have Derek Brown.
Derek Brown.
Yeah, good call.
I like a few guys, but yeah, I mean, It's a good. I like the defense.
Pat, can you make the hue on this show? Can you make me less pink? Because it's out of control. Like it's really bad.
That's a Paul problem, or it's a.
I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit excessive, but anyway, I usually look like that after like a few bottles of wine or other things, but I look really bad right now. But
it's not
is
too
it my
bad.
selection?
It's Pat's TV in the background. I think that makes you look a little more red. I don't know.
I'm really purple.
Yeah, I don't know.
My pick?
No, it's my pick. I'm gonna take.
Damn it.
Instead of taking Carolina, I'll take Tampa Bay, so you don't have to, Cam.
Am I next?
You're next.
Yeah.
After
New
me.
England? Can I take New England?
You can,
Yes.
can.
Wow. Okay, I will. Thanks.
Rob.
Don't really love it, but taking it.
Well, I mean, we're left with the dredges of the NFL
Why do you take the
here.
Commanders, Rob? You like Sam Howell? No.
No,
Not so much?
I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, it's good because they're gonna win 11 games according to Cuz.
Yeah, I mean
That was wild, Tim. Like when you said 9, I went, what?
Hold on. Let's not misquote what I actually
Okay,
said.
You're right.
well, you did call Cam a swindler.
I most certainly did not.
And know what? And
I
I'm
did not.
I'm actually defending him on that one because I got Seattle at 8.5, but I bet it months ago. I now it's 9.5. That's absolute insanity, but that's okay. It's the truth.
Okay.
I'll show you the ticket.
No, I'm not suggesting it's not.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting it's not.
There's one
I believe
pick
you.
left in the draft, and that pick goes to Tim Andergust.
Tim Andergust.
Yeah, I hate it, but I'll take Washington.
Good call, Tim. That's who I would have taken. I think the Cam's Commanders are not as bad as everyone thinks they are.
The worst pick in this whole draft was his Raiders pick.
Raiders, not even close. 100%. Raiders would still be here for him to pick right now.
They probably would.
Yes.
So who didn't
Okay.
go besides Arizona? Houston?
Houston
and
Houston
Arizona.
was the other one that
You know,
didn't go.
Houston's
No, we-
win total is 6.5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's too high.
What's the juice on that?
The under is minus 130.
I didn't even look at an alt. What's
5.5 is plus 130 to the under.
Cool. Wow. They suck.
Five. Yeah.
Lots of teams suck.
if you
though.
think Indy is gonna be good,
Like
then
11 wins
that's
good?
No, but even like 500, then you really should. Yeah, maybe we should pick on Houston. That's
I love Jeff's team. I love Jeff's team so much. Jeff's got to be
Pat,
favored.
I'm not going to remember who everyone picked. Are you going to email our selections?
Are we-
Sure. I'll email them out to you.
Thanks. Just to have the show. I don't know how everybody.
Would it be
chops
better in
up.
text format instead of email, or
I
would you?
really, I prefer email and text.
You can put it in your vault.
Whatever you
On
got
both.
for me. Whatever
You can put it
got,
in the
I'll
league
keep-
safe.
Yeah, you print it off and put it in the safe.
I'll put it in my. I'll put it in my safe with my gun. I will.
Oh man, are we throwing some real money down on this or what?
We can.
And
What do you
like
want to do?
Real money that's going to
Rob,
get paid.
Didn't we
Unlike
make a
when
bet
Cam
last
lost
year that
the-
you were supposed to take me to Wegs when I won the bet or something?
What are you talking about? It was a golf bet. It was I bet Xander Schauffele first round against some bum. I don't even know who it was. that
Ryan
you
Fox.
picked.
It was 9 over.
Yeah. It was a.
So I lost the bet.
Yeah, you lost
So
it.
what do I owe you?
It was I think we said $100 and then you pivoted to taking me to the racetrack or something like that. But I'm okay with anything. I'm okay with whatever you want to pay.
Can I send you an LCBO gift certificate? Do you drink?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
anything? Like, what do you
I'm-
like? You know what? Actually, I'd like to do. Can you get anything for your turtle at Pet Value, or do you have to go to a special shop for your turtle?
My tortoise eats regular lettuce. I go to
Oh,
a
so you
grocery
go to
store.
grocery stores.
Don't
Yes.
worry, Jeff will steal you as much as you need.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? There is a pro move. So they haven't got rid of all the plastic in the vegetable area. They still have the plastic.
Yeah, but they're super thin though.
They're thin.
But
too
you
thin.
can if you're going for like just to pick up the bare essentials.
And Pat, there's
If
no
it can
way
fit
I
in
took
there, then that
Shoffley
can fit in
straight
my
up
pocket.
against Fox.
Are
There's
they-
no way I do it straight up. Like,
Oh,
no
yes.
way.
It happened.
No, like
We'll
I need
rewind
a
the tape.
Major stroke.
It was
What?
first
Actually, let's
round.
find the tape.
It was
Okay.
first round. You were very horny for Ryan Fox that day, and I took Xander Schauffele.
Okay, fair
first
enough. If it was
round.
first round. It wouldn't be for a tournament or anything. I'm not that. Actually, I am that stupid. But okay.
Hey, Ryan
Whatever,
Fox
I'll
did
get you
rally
some-
to make the cut for you, whatever tournament that
Yes, he-
was.
Yes, he did, and I got mocked on the internet by many people. saying, I mean,
It was a major because I do the major shows, so I don't remember which one it was, but I think it was the Open.
it might
Open
have been.
Championship, yeah.
I think
Okay,
it was
well,
the Open
I'll
Championship.
get you something.
Yeah, I can't imagine
I
Ryan
didn't
Fox
realize
got
it.
into
Dude,
anything else.
Jeff will tell you one thing. I always pay my debts. It's one thing, and if I didn't do that, I'm very mad at myself because that's not right. That's not cool.
That's okay.
At all.
I believe
I
Ryan
respect
Fox
it.
was one of like 10 guys this year to make the cut at every major.
So do I get?
was at
anything for
Augusta?
that, Pat, or-
Yeah. He did really
Grocery
well. He did
bag?
really well at Augusta. He was 26th at Augusta.
Yeah, fair enough. Wow.
All right. That will do it for the win totals draft. Yeah, I think Tim's right. The vibe of this show, like, it did not match the Thanksgiving show. I think we're a morning crew. We're not so much a very, very late
I gotta
at
be
night
honest
crew.
with you. I think Pat, it could like it's very. I think when push comes to shove, I think people are gonna enjoy it, even if it had a little more venom and whatever. Like I think there was a lot to it. It was like a movie with a lot of different twists.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
It was like the movie Heat, which is not a real movie. It's just two separate movies merged at the end. And because neither of the stars wanted to spend any time with each other in the movie. That's essentially what this was, is that we merged two shows together, but it felt like there was almost two shows going on here simultaneously.
Yeah, fair enough.
One was a murder mystery show. Well, maybe Cam and Rob can solve the mystery of who's been stealing all those grocery bags from the grocery store.
Well, we've already Jeff.
But
already
we got to the bottom of that very quickly.
Tell you what, the day
Crime
they
has been solved.
He's already,
day
he's
I'm
already in the back
spending-
of the car in cuffs.
The day
Like,
they
he-
start charging me double what they've been charging me for those bags, I'm going to be so mad at you, Jeffrey, because you are the reason why my bags are costing me more.
Coming from the person who says they're okay paying like 4 times more for city street parking.
Yeah, I am. But you know what? The reason the bags are going up is because people like you are just absconding with them.
I hit up the same garbage in the store near the frozen aisle every time to rip off the tag and just drop it in too.
I could see Cust buying up all the bags and selling them in the parking lot for 3 times the price to needy people like Jeff. Right on the way in the door. It's actually not a bad business idea.
I hate this whole new bag thing whatsoever. It's such a honest to fuck. It's just so annoying and stupid. Should have just kept the regular bags.
Well, there are some places like at IKEA you get the giant bag, but at some of these grocery stores, the bags they give you are just real mini.
See, Pat, Pat. See, no one was listening to me on the show. That's what I'm saying. At No Frills, I know you guys are too rich to shop at No Frills. They give you a giant bag that you put your car and your family in. That's what I'm talking about. Those are fine. That's the one I use, and you could fit like literally a Cadillac in there, and still have room.
The prices they charge for groceries, they should be walking them on a tray.
Yeah, if you shop at Loblaws,
I still shop at
Sobeys.
No.
Yeah. I just shop at what's convenient. I
Yeah,
don't know why you're
whatever's
lumping me into like this rich bucket like I'm too good for some groceries.
Actually, I shop at the halal store. I get my spices there, Namaste, whatever. They got nuts, they got everything. Like I just go in there. I'm the only white guy who shops there. Their deals are amazing. They're giving food away, and it's fine.
What is
I do a lot
the
of my shopping at Costco when I bring my bags with me.
Problem with Costco, Tim, is I can bring $1,000 and not be satisfied. I'll buy everything of everything. Like it's a dangerous place to be. Like
True.
Yes. Like I need.
Cam is a
credit.
value guy, and when he sees that much value around him, he can't help himself.
Like those chickens that they give away are lost leaders, right? Like you just want to take 5 of them home.
Yes,
stick them
if
in
you
the
don't
freezer,
buy
they're
a chicken,
$8.99.
if you
You're
don't
like
buy one of those chickens when you go to
You're a
Costco, you're
moron.
doing Costco wrong.
You're absolutely right, Tim.
You're a
It's just- they're giving
moron.
them away. You got to take them.
If you don't buy a chicken, you're a moron when you go to Costco.
Yeah, when you're giving a $15.99 chicken for $7.99,
You better believe it.
Damn
You
right.
better believe it.
Tim gets it.
and Tim will eat one leg of that chicken and throw it in the garbage.
Yep.
That's not
me.
true.
I use
Then hit the
carcass, I'll
McDonald's
make
drive-through
soup,
for.
I'll
Yeah.
do everything. That chicken better not meet me.
Well, it's because you know what, Rob? The
big trouble.
Fountain DC hits just right with that
Yep.
barbecue chicken that I bought. And I want to make sure I get the flavor palette matched. Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I mean, listen, the Fountain Diet Coke, I'm not going to argue with that. I think that's a pro move.
No, Fountain Diet Coke is fucking disgusting. It's just
Jeff
syrup.
and I have
It's
long
just
been on
syrup.
this on Jeff and I have long been on the pro McDonald's Coke DC bandwagon.
Oh, man.
Pat's on his own little island on this.
Whenever
Those
you
summer
walk-
drink days,
Whenever you
Oh,
walk
great.
up to a fountain pop, you have like the do-it-yourself one. It's exactly the same as the ones behind.
Swamp water.
And you press it, you see the dark stuff come out, then the water come
Yeah.
out. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm with
Just
you.
a little water.
I'm with you, Pat. I don't even drink fountain pop anymore. I'd rather pay for.
I'm depressed.
Actually, I pay for a bottle because you know what? That's the original way. Like milk should be in bottles, like
Or
the
bags.
old days. Every bags are like, why in Canada bags for milk? Are we morons? Even jugs that get cold, the bags suck. We're a laughing stock globally with bags. End of discussion.
I kind of like the bags.
Tim, bags suck. I've agreed with a lot of the things you're saying right now. It's such
We're a laughing stock globally.
We're bringing out scissors and stuff. Like no, like,
I know it
come on.
doesn't make
It was
sense.
easier to open than those old cartons. I could never open those old milk cartons. That
What,
you
you
had
got
to like
you
pull
got the
forward
wrist
and
of a
pull back.
92-year-old? Come on.
No, the whole carton would rip. I could never get the spout to open correctly. It was a
That's-
disaster.
It's
Well,
really
that's the
not
thing.
that
Paper's
hard.
actually not a great choice either. The choice is plastic jug or glass. Like everything. Why do you think beer's in glass? Because it's the proper way to keep your beverage cool.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm not going to go through this
That will do
recycling, speech anymore.
On
Thank
the
you.
Pat Mayo experience. I think Cam needs to get some sleep, right, Cam?
Yeah, I'm a little bit grumpy, but I love you guys.
Jeffrey, thank you for being here. Tim, thank you for being here. Rob, thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed the good vibes on this show, well, do I have more shows for you throughout the season in the NFL every Tuesday evening, very late? Myself, Geoff, and Cuss will be going through the spread picks against ourselves and the coin, which did not make an appearance today. Maybe can have Houston and Arizona as the final team. The coin only gets 2 teams and see how it does in our draft. And then on Thursdays, we will record on that morning with myself, Rob, and Cam for the 3 best bets of the week from each of us, the gold, the silver, and bronze. So please go check that out right now. LeagueSafe.com. Code Mayo in the mic box. Get yourself $10 in your account for 10% off. All the stats and tools for betting and daily fantasy. Run the Sims.com. The Week 1 Listeners League is now open on DraftKings. The link is down in the description. $75,000 of guaranteed rake-free money. Go join right now. I'm Pat Mayo. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!